I changed a lot over the past year. With the pandemic finally fizzling out, I got the chance to experience teenagehood to the fullest extent. And I can confidently say that my 17th year on this planet has been my favorite so far. This is not to say that my year has been perfect, it has been far from it. I hit my lowest of lows last year, but maybe that's what made my year so amazing. Living life to the fullest, through the pleasure and the pain. It may seem counterintuitive to chase imperfection, but through my lived experiences and the help of literature, I've learned just how important it is to be flawed. There are so many examples of perfectionism destroying things in literature. Just look at the devastation we see in Orson Craik, which happened as a direct result of Craik taking perfection too far. Wanting to wipe out all the imperfections of humanity, he decided the best solution was to simply kill everyone and replace them with his own perfect beings. His plan very clearly did not work, and actually did much more harm than good to the state of the world. So by trying to chase perfection, Craig actually pushed the world further away from it. Perhaps if he just accepted that humanity would never be perfect, none of this mess would have ever happened. Similar to how Craig wanted to erase all the flaws from humanity, we see that censorship is done with the intent of stopping people from consuming flawed media. It is simply another futile pursuit of perfection that never returns positive results. And the society in Fahrenheit 451 demonstrates this perfectly. The provocative nature of literature was deemed as the root of all of society's problems, so they started to burn the books up. But the total absence of books in Fahrenheit turned people into zombie-like beings who see no other purpose in life other than making themselves as sheltered and comfortable as possible. It's not hard to see why this is the case, because according to Fry, literature speaks the language of the imagination, and the study of literature is supposed to train and improve the imagination. So without literature, the people in Fahrenheit couldn't have possibly developed a strong sense of imagination. They never had books to challenge their thinking, or stories to spark their creativity. And through the words of Faber, the comfortable people only want wax moon faces, poreless, hairless, expressionless. If Fahrenheit's dystopian society isn't a good enough argument against censorship and cancel culture, I'm not sure what is, because I doubt that anyone wants to live a life like Mildred Montag's. There is never a correct answer when it comes to making noises that sound good together, and just like literature, music is flawed in its own unique ways. Of course, there are conventions to the art, but the great thing is, none of them have to be followed to make good music. They are just rules made to be broken, because music isn't about being pitch perfect or rhythmically precise. It's about expressing human emotion, which is neither perfect or precise. You could spend days trying to tune a piano perfectly, but nothing will ever match the inexplicable charm of a piano that's perfectly out of tune. And you could spend hours streaming your favorite songs on Spotify, but nothing would ever provide the same warmth and cackle of a perfectly scratched record. I guess music embodies the concept of imperfection, which is why I love it so dearly. The eccentric hardly cares if he is seen to be strange. That, in a sense, is what makes him strange. The weirdo, however, wants desperately to be taken as normal, and struggles to keep his strangeness to himself. Throughout the duration of this course, I have realized that imperfection exists in every corner of life. And it's not our job to eradicate these flaws, but rather to embrace them wholeheartedly. I'm not saying that we should leave every major issue on its own and not make an attempt to solve them, but we should still understand that the world will never be perfect, no matter how hard we try to make it so. Life is quite eccentric in this regard, a total mess that makes zero sense, but maybe this chaos is what makes it so beautiful, a beautiful mess.